Hi, you two people, welcome. Who do we have? Cynthia, welcome. Shini, is it Shinaye or Shina? Sorry, I'm trying to open TikTok before I share my screen for YouTube. I don't know. No, which one did I want to share? Okay, I can't share this. So I can go ahead. Hi, Taiwo, Anifowoshe, you are welcome. Do we have people on TikTok? Probably because I'm always 5 minutes late. Oh my god, African time will not kill me. African time will not kill me, you guys. Hi, happy girl. Who else do we have here? Don't know how I can see. Okay. Welcome, happy girl. I'm just waiting to see if more people will join before I start. Oh, we can start and they will meet us halfway because today we're always using so much time, but hopefully I hope we don't use more time than we should. Well, it depends on you guys because you're the one answering all today's question. I'm not answering any question with you people. Which question did I pick? So I'm looking for the topic we can do. We can do this, thanking a friend for pet sitting or apologizing for missing house party. Let's do it. So this is part one. Mm, can we start the people on YouTube? Cynthia and Taiwo, are you guys with me? I don't know how to see the people here. Okay, okay. Mm, I don't know. Let's. Are you guys here, Cynthia and Taiwo? Can you comment on the chat? Happy girl. I'm trying to see if more people can join before we start. Okay, Taiwo is here. We can start. Okay, happy girl, you are with me, so we can start. There's no point waiting. I want to be sure that I'm not just teaching myself. Those other people can join when we start. Okay, promise is here. Welcome. Mm, so let's see. This is part one. I don't know. Taiwo, I don't know if this is the first time some of you are joining the people because so I don't know. Maybe I'm not paying attention to your name, but promise this is the first time I'm observing your name. If this is the first time, you're welcome. So let's start. Annie is here. Hey, thank you. Welcome. Let's start. So I'm thinking I'm late, but it looks like a lot of us are also late today. So, dear Nadia, I owe you a huge apology. I feel terribly sorry. Let me start this from the beginning because of the timer, because I want us to work with timer as much as we can. Okay, because I know that I already know our regular people here. So some of our regular people, I know their names are very familiar. Forest, scammer, what are you doing on my TikTok live? Dear, I owe you a huge apology. I feel terrible about missing your housewarming party last Saturday. I know how much effort you and Derek put into preparing everything, and I have the intention of being there. Please let me explain what happened. As you know, my sister Laura was visiting from Edmonton. Whoa, our Edmonton that weekend. Okay. I should have called you right away, but honestly, I kept hoping the situation would change. My neighbor Karen, who attended the party, told me everything looked absolutely beautiful. I would love to bring your gift over and finally see the new place. Would you and Derek be free next weekend? Again, I'm sorry, Nadia, your friend. Your friendship means the world to me, and I hope you can forgive me. With love, Samira. So I have gone over our letter by skimming. If you're joining us the first time, this is skimming. I just read the first line of each paragraph. The reason why I read this part was because I see is I don't want to explain today. I told myself I wasn't going to explain today, that I want people to use timer and answer all the questions. But because some people are here for the first time, I'm going to explain what I just did. So I always read the first line of every paragraph. It kind of gives me an overall idea of what is discussed in each paragraph. If you this one, why I read the whole thing is because I saw that okay, this paragraph is actually very short. I can quickly run over it. But if you are a slow reader, now I'm going to be addressing. If you are a slow reader, you know that you take your time to say, I know how much effort you are taking your time. Just read the first line, you will get it. Because if you read here, you already see from this first line alone, it's telling you the reason for this letter. I owe you a huge apology. I feel terribly sorry about missing your housewarming party last Saturday. From here, you already know that, okay, this is the purpose of this letter. And here it says, let me explain what happened. So you know that okay, she wants to explain, like, and oh, and the first time, if you read this first line here, immediately I read it, said, as your sister, as you know, my sister Laura was visiting from Edmonton that weekend. So now you already know, okay, she's going to be talking about her sister in this place. There's no point going reading this whole place because you do not have the time. You only have 1 minute to skim your passage. I'm explaining this because of people that are joining for the first time today. So this first line told you that okay, this place is going to be talking about the sister and her visit, which is the reason why she didn't make it. Then here I read this place and it said the first line here said, I should have called you right away, but honestly I kept hoping the situation would change. So you understand that okay, this place was explaining why she's going to be talking like why she didn't call right away. Okay, she didn't call, and she will go ahead like why she did not, to tell her why she did not call. There's no point going over the whole passage. It's just like giving you ideas so that when you see your question, you know where to go and look for your answer. Then this place, my neighbor Karen, who attended the party, okay, this person told her about the party. So here she is like details about the party that will be there. You already know that this place will have details about the party. And the last one, I would love to bring gift over and see your new place. So this person is going to be asking, even if I didn't read the next line, normally I would not read this next line. Well, I just say, okay, I was still on time. So that was why I just read the following. Would you be available next weekend? But I will always stop in leaving the first sentence alone because sometimes the sentence can be long. You just look that this one is short. So the first sentence already told you, okay, this place is talking about seeing them and seeing the new place. So any details about seeing them and seeing the new place is going to be in this place, or making up for not going for the party is going to be here. So if I do that, normally, you see when I finished this thing, it was remaining 9 minutes because I was looking at time. You do it in 1 minute. So try as much as possible to learn how to read fast and read your first line within 1 minute. Practice it over and over again with different paragraph, like I always passage, like I always tell people. If you do that, then you go to your question. After you have done that, you now go to your question. What kind of letter is this? A thank you note, an invitation. This one is even easy. An apology, a complaint. Oh yeah, you guys. Now is the time to start giving your response and no wasting of time today. Who are the people online? Nobody. You people do not. You people are not answering. People on YouTube. I can't even see. Where did I see the names again? And people on TikTok too. Okay, see, thank you. Apology, Annie. Welcome, Annie. P Pels. Please, what's your name? Pel. I'll just stop it at Pel. Laura could not leave Ottawa on Friday because of Dash. So now that you see this question, which paragraph do you think you're going to go straight in? You're not supposed to start from the beginning and start looking for where Laura could not leave this a snowstorm. Okay, you have answered. But the trick is because in exam, most of this passage, one of the paragraph is two of this joined together. So if you see this, you know where she talked about uh Laura is paragraph B anyways. So you go to there and we see her sister is Laura. On Friday, you will give them. About your flight was cancelled due to snowstorm. Okay, yeah. So a lot of you got it correct. A snowstorm. So let's see. Samira contacted Nadia about her absence by calling her before the party started, asking Karen to deliver a message, emailing her a detailed explanation, sending a brief text. You guys are not fast enough. Do you know where this one is going to be? Where she started explaining the reason why she didn't call. Let her know right away that she will not be coming. And another thing, another strategy you should know for this paragraph, this part one. Okay, thank you, Christina. Hmm? Emailing her a detailed explanation. Is it this one that you're answering, Christina? I don't think it's that. This question is progressive. Like I said, this part one is always like as the paragraph is advancing, the questions are advancing. So here he said, I just sent that short text message. You guys were wasting time. I don't know why you are wasting time here. Because like I said, if you read the question, you should know where exactly you should search. There's no point starting from the beginning. If you know where you search, if you go there, if it's not there, then you know that you did not identify the right place. So Samira contacted her about that. And when we read this first line, he said, I should have called you right away, but honestly, I kept hoping the situation would change. Of course, you know that is this place that she's going to tell her, okay, why she didn't call it right away. So when I read this question, I already know that, okay, this is the place I'm going to find the answer. So the answer is sending a brief text. Christiana, welcome. Samira found out about the party. Okay, found out the party was beautiful from who? A neighbor who attended, photo that Nadia posted online, Derek's description over the phone, a message from Laura. 4 is D. Question 4, D. Cream 24. Why do you say D? Yes, thank you, Happy Girl and Christiana. The answer is B for this question. I think my YouTube doesn't deliver fast for the comments. Let me see. It's being delayed. The comment on YouTube is being delayed. I don't know if I can change that setting. Mm, no. Okay, B. All right. So let's move next. Sorry, I was changing the settings for YouTube. The gift for Nadia has already been delivered to the new place. Was bought at the Byward Market. Is a set made of handmade soup bowl. Was chosen by Karen and Samira together. So this place, you know where you will see it. Where she talked about bringing them gifts. So I finally see the new place. I don't know if it's my network that is delaying you guys' next response or you guys are actually delaying the response. Okay, it's not actually there. I think it's here. I had even because I read here and he said there's nothing else that was discussed about the gift. I now went to the previous paragraph and I see I have picked out a gift for you, a handmade of ceramic planters from Byward Market. So the answer is Byward Market. So 6. Samira probably feels that her text message was sent at just the right time, detailed enough, not an adequate response, too harsh in tone. This one is an attitudinal question. This is a tone question. And like I said in my last video on TikTok, this is an attitudinal question. Mm. T, welcome. Fine. Good to have you here today. So you guys, what did you pick here? Christina, is it this one you said C? Number 6. Please, when you guys are dropping response, put C6 because I think the responses are being delayed. But if you put the number of the question, I will actually know the one that you guys are answering. Okay. Somebody said not an adequate response, and I agree. So let's move on. Dear Samira, thank you for your brief explanation, thoughtful explanation, confusing explanation, unnecessary explanation. This one should be okay. Hmm? Okay, 6. Okay, see, happy girl. You guys, let's answer this part very quick. Very quick. We have 5 seconds for each question. Okay? Time. Okay, thank you. Okay, yeah, thank you guys. I really appreciate your thoughtful I really appreciate you taking the time to write. I had to admit I was hot when you didn't show up, but I completely understand why you couldn't find out couldn't find our new address, stayed home with Laura, had to work that weekend. We are feeling unwell. You guys. Cakes and desserts, welcome. I don't think it's been a while I saw you. I think it's been a while. Saw you here. You guys, we shouldn't be wasting time in this part one. No, thank you. So anybody that answers quick, I'm going to select the person's response. So family always comes first, and I would have done the same for my sister. Please don't feel too dash about it. Guilty, excited, curious, proud. These ones are easy to answer. Pick out. This is like the easy one. From part two now, get to the hard one. 9A, thank you. I would absolutely love to come over next weekend. Next week, Thursday evening works perfectly for Derek and me. Okay, I would absolutely love for you to come over next week. Thursday evening work perfectly for Derek and me. Bringing takeout from Thai's place sounds overwhelming, unfortunate, wonderful, unnecessary. I haven't been there since our last yoga class together. So 8, 10 is what? Thank you, Priskara. Thank you, Christina. And I can't wait to see the dash pumping soup recipe, ceramic planters, yoga mats, rooftop decoration. The patio could use some greenery. See you Thursday. With love, Nadia. This one is easy. Thank you. Joy, welcome. Joyous Savo. Please, you guys should help me to like the live so that TikTok will not send me away. 11B. Thank you, happy girl. So we are done with this task one of Celpip Reading. So let's submit. We shouldn't be failing anyone here. I will be surprised. What did you pick here, David? Oh, but do you know that because I saw snowstorm, I didn't even read that hit Ottawa. I didn't read the location because they mentioned snow. You see, now we're going to learn from our lesson because we're not even supposed to tell anyone in part one. They could not leave Ottawa on Friday because her friend was cancelled due to snowstorm in Alberta. Oh, I thought snowstorm. I didn't even read Alberta, and I quickly agreed with you people too. So we see where we made mistake, and the rest is correct. So let's move to the next one. Here is where the work starts, where a lot of people start finding it difficult. I'm just going to pick anyone. Evacuation. Should we do evacuation? Oh, okay. This is nice. Community emergency. This is a 9-minute question. Community emergency evacuation plan, evacuation zone, emergency assembling point, evacuation routes, emergency contact information, evacuation procedure, emergency kit checklist, special needs assistance. For people that are joining us here for the first time, that's Promise and Taiwo that said. So we did this like scan through the image so we know where what is located. We are not going through the whole image. We just read the subheading and then read the notes here. Special need assistance, register for evacuation, special needs. Okay, anything that has to do with people with special needs. Annual evacuation drill scheduled for May 15. All residents are encouraged to participate. Okay, so let's go. So you see, we did that in 1 minute. Hi, Sarah. I hope the emergency, I say emergency. I hope this email finds you well. As the new block captain for our neighborhood, I wanted to make sure you are aware of our community emergency evacuation procedure. Since you have just moved into the Riverside district, you should know that we are in dash. We are in dash. Which zone? So here now, because you already know that we are in which zone, you already know that okay, you are going to the evacuation zone to look, and your keyword to say should be you look at your sentence, the sentence, and you just move into the riverside district. So this is your keyword. So let's go. You guys go to the zone side and pick. Okay, thank you. Aminat, thank you. I almost forgot their name again today. Welcome, Abimbola. Aminat, welcome to Priska. You're welcome to. Which then let's go. Which means that we need to be especially vigilant during the rainfall season. In the case of emergency, we will be notified through dash, text message only, radio announcement, multiple warning system, community websites, updates. So, in the case of emergency, do you guys want me to go down? Oh, now is you guys will tell me go up or down. I will know if I should scroll up for you guys or scroll down. Let me scroll up for you guys. You guys are wasting time here. I've seen the response already, the answer already. Why are you guys not seeing it? For Follow me, welcome. Please help me like the live too, please. And you two people, please help me like it. I don't know if they used to like. Well, you can help me like. Can't see the options. Oh, sorry. Text message only, radio announcement. You guys are wasting so much time. Multiple warning system, community website updates. In the case of emergency, you will be notified through. Let me answer it because it's like you guys are wasting so much time. I was thinking we were going to work with time today, but is it network or is you guys wasting time? Okay, this is it. Is the answer is multiple warning system and it's here. See, step one, alert and notification via siren, phone alert, and door to door when possible. So this is multiple warning system. Okay, someone already answered it. Oh, someone said, who said D? The person that said A and the person that said D. Why did you people say A and D? Let me see if I'm the one that is wrong. TikTok people, you people are not with us. So the answer is multiple warning system. Except if any other person, if people. So once you receive the alert, you should quickly gather your emergency supplies. The guideline recommend having dash for each family members among other essential. Where is this question going to be? What you should have for emergency. So you read for meaning. The guideline recommends having dash. So do you want me to scroll up and down for you guys to get? Promise you. It happens, don't worry. It happens. A. Okay. Follow me, yes. Thank you. Up, okay. Up or down? Is it up or down? Priska, that you said that you scroll. The answer is in down anyway, so let me scroll down so I don't send you on wild goose chase. So the people that said A, I agree. So our primary evacuation route would be dash. But if that our primary evacuation route will be dash, but if that's blocked for any reason, we could use the Ems Avenue to reach the highway. So let me show you the evacuation route. Sorry, let me put it in the evacuation route so I will not waste your time. Okay, thank you, Abimbola. Thank you, Aminat. Yes, I agree with you people. I will always agree with people. I will not always agree, but I would pick one or two people. I'm actually okay. Thank you, Priska. Follow me. All evacuate, all evacuees from our area should head to the central community center, which can accommodate dash and has dash facilities for pets. So, this is the muster point. I don't know if you know what muster point is, but the assembly point. So I help people to move it to that place. All evacuees from our area should head to the, which would accommodate. See. Somebody said C. Um, is it Abimbola, is it this question you're saying C for B? Okay. Yeah, capacity. And they said B. C now. This place says, yeah, community center. So primary community center, and the capacity is 500 individual. By the way, there is an evacuation drill coming up on May 15th. It will be a great opportunity for you and your family to familiarize yourself with the procedure. Please let me know if you have any question and if anyone in your household needs special need assistance during the evacuation. Best regard, Michael. Then the following question, follow-up question. Michael is contacting Sarah because she missed the last evacuation drill. She's new to the area with flood risk. He needs volunteer for emergency response. There is an imminent emergency situation. Five is B. What did they pick? Yeah, five is B. Yeah. So six. This one, I be number one. Let's call it number one again. The second number one is which question? B, right? Somebody said B. Yes, because he's here. Okay, and then since you moved to the area, you should be aware that. Okay, she's new to the area. Anyways, it was stated that she's new to the area. So let's read the next question. If Sarah has a family member with mobility issues, she should what? Request transportation help in advance, use Route 3 for faster evacuation, go to West Side High School instead, contact the fire department. Up. You want me to go up? Marvis, Sylvester, well done. Up or down? You sure the people want me to? This is up, but I'm not sure it's here. A. Mm-hmm. Down. Thank you. Someone already answered, anyways, and A. Okay. No, not somebody already answered A. Okay. Oh, sorry. During an evacuation, residents of Riverside district would not use residents of Riverside district would not use dash Highway 6, Country Road 15, Route 3, Main Street. Which one? You guys are not answering fast though. Somi, Somi, Konki. Somi, welcome. You guys are not answering as fast as I want you to. Please. You have only less than 60 seconds to answer this question. At most 60 seconds. You shouldn't be wasting time. Aminat, is it this question you answered? Please, I said people should be putting number. Oh, let me know which question because it's kind of confusing sometimes if it comes in late because of network. Okay, I will pick Route 3 because if you look here, it says Route 3 is for emergency route for Zone D residents only. And Zone D, these people are in Zone A. They are not in Zone D. So during evacuation, residents of Riverside would not use Route 3. It's only for emergency route for Zone D. So this is an inferential question. Do you guys agree with me or you disagree? Maybe there's somewhere else that it said they shouldn't use, but that is it. That is where the answer lies. You can check any other place, but that's where it lies. So let's submit. So that is it. Yeah. So let's go to 3. I don't know if it's network or you people answering very not answering very fast. Um, I'm looking for something relatable. Mm, let's do this one because they eat a lot of fermented food. If you go to store, there's all these pickles that they used to ferment that they used to sell very well in Canada here. They used to eat this thing very well. All this Korean cuisine. So let's do it. So we have 10 minutes and 9 questions. So let's see. Let's go through this 1 minute. Fermentation, a cornerstone of Korean cuisine, has been practiced for thousands of years as a method of food preservation and enhancement. The science behind Korean, okay, this place is fermentation description. The science behind Korean fermentation lies heavily on the role of lactic acid bacteria, which generally occur in vegetables and multiply in the absence. This is the process, I think, and science. And in the excess of oxygen. Then the next one, among Korean fermentation food, kimchi. You see, kimchi, pickles and kimchi, like sister-in-law eat this a lot. Stand out as perhaps the most scientifically studied. Okay. Mm, kimchi. Uh, most scientific analysis has revealed that traditional Korean fermentation method creates an ideal environment for the production of beneficial compound. Okay, let's start the question. The fermentation process requires specific environmental condition to be studied. Which part do you guys feel? I supposed to even ask you people, but I wanted us to look at time. So this place is talking about process, like I said. This place is talking about description. Okay, this place is talking about process. This place is description. Because when you read the first line, I'm explaining this for people joining us to the first time today, so that it will not be like we are just doing. They don't understand what we are doing. So when you read the first line, it's supposed to give you an idea of what is being talked about here, and that's because you don't have time to read everything. So this place is, you can see that it's going to talk about like description or like history of fermentation. This place, if you read here, on the role of lactic acid, which naturally occur. So this place you can say like the process of the fermentation, or the role of lactic bacteria. But me, I put process, like, because it's everything that happened, the breakdown of the bacteria. So I feel like it's a process. That's me. That's how I understand what they're going to be talking about here. So it just, well, if you read the first line, it should give you an idea of what everything that is going to be talked about. Then this place is, it says, among Korean fermented food, kimchi stand out as the most. So you know that, okay, kimchi stand out as the most scientifically studied. This place is going to tell you like they're going to be talking about kimchi, like the most studied, because they're going to be talking about kimchi, the process that kimchi has to pass, or everything, the studying of kimchi or something. So this one, most modern analysis has revealed that traditional Korean fermentation method creates an ideal environment for the production of beneficial compound. So me, what I wrote down here is result of fermentation. Like, I know that, okay, if I read the question, is meaning. I read more of meaning. I read for meaning. So for me, I feel like, okay, they're going to be talking about what will result after the fermentation process, the things that result from fermentation, the different kind of fermentation, maybe fermentation of different food, that the outcome that would come out of it. That's why I see it as result. So if you, let's assume you are reading, but don't do this in exam because you don't have time. Let's read this last one now. You see, for instance, the fermentation of soybeans or production, doing jam production increases bioactivities of and create new accidents. Similarly, the aging process of another one. So they're going to tell you the different results from fermenting different kind of food. So here I know that, okay, they're going to be talking about result of fermentations of foods of Korean food. Don't read you don't have that time. First sentence issue alone. Make sure you read the first sentence to understand it. When you are reading, read it and understand the meaning issue. You will not tell yourself, okay, this is what they are discussing here, and this is what is going to be happening in the rest of the paragraph. Because in exam, it's going to be longer than this. It's going to be the two of these combined or more. So that first line alone should tell you, okay, this is what they will be talking about here. And then that was before we now go to the question. So let me now ask this question again. The fermentation process require a specific environmental condition to be successful. Where is this? Remember, I don't know if you guys write down when I was saying what each part was describing, but based on what I have here, I have description and history as A, process and science as B, kimchi as C. and result of fermentation as D. That's what I wrote down that time I ran through it the first time. So which paragraph do you think it will be from everything? Process, exactly. Because here, and then you can, it's not enough to know where. You already know what this does is that, okay, you have an idea. This, when I read this question, is going to be in B. There's no point going from A to start scanning. So I'm explaining again because people that are joining us that have been here would have known this process, but I'm explaining for Promise and Taiwo that just joined us today. So if I go there now, I will go and confirm this thing. What's it called? It will require specific environmental conditions. So yeah, I'm going to use environmental condition and scan. So immediately I pick environmental, I even saw my eyes went there again. So the process is controlled. So you must identify the keyword too, because it's not enough for you to know here, because sometimes it's not the same way they said it that they will say it, and you know that it will change to E. So you just need to, yeah, you know that, okay, I read it. This is where it's likely to be. So I have to confirm that it is said the same way it is in the question, not verbatim, but they have the same meaning. So we'll go and confirm it. The process is carefully controlled through specific environmental conditions, including, so is enough. They now listed all the conditions. So yes, this is correct, and we are going to go with B. So Korean family traditionally used special room for fermenting foods. Where do you guys think this will be? Okay, 2B, process again. Yes, I agree, because if you read this, traditionally used special room for fermenting food. So this is like what you do during the process of fermenting food. So it's still like, okay, the process. So I will also go there and check. So let's go to the B again. I will check for special room. Okay, and traditional. I saw traditional Korean immediately I came here. I didn't even need to, my eye, because like I said, your eyes need to be working very fast. So I saw traditional Korean family often maintain special storage area because this temperature is not cool to ensure proper fermentation. Yeah, it's the same thing. So I would pick B. Then the nutritional the nutritional value of soybeans increases through, I know this one, I read it out. The last sentence, yeah, okay, yeah. This one, I read it out when I was trying to explain a particular passage for a paragraph for you people. So you shouldn't waste time. D, thank you. Peerless. Okay. Welcome. Is it this number three? Let me be sure that is this number three you said did for. If it's D, yes, I agree with you. I don't know if responses are delayed. Somebody said A. Why did you say A? We remember that I was reading about soybeans in when I was explaining this place. The fermented during this is result. If you read this question without the fact that I read it during that process, read this question, because I want to you people to understand how you identify where to go, because you don't have time to be moving up and down and be searching up and down. Don't do that. If you are doing that during your practice, that means you have not gotten how to answer this question first. So this one, what is the best way to make it faster for this section? That's knowing exactly, like when you read your question, you should know exactly where to go. It's not like you read this question now, and this question, the answer is in D already, like I will explain. You will now come and start searching from the beginning. You shouldn't be doing that. If you're doing that, you're wasting time. You shouldn't be searching from the beginning. Whenever you see any question, you go and start from the beginning again. Whenever you see any question, you don't even have direction. You should have a direction. You read this question now, because when I told you, remember I told you people for paragraph A, when we read that first line for A, for paragraph A, what I wrote there is description. And in my mind, I didn't write history, but I know that, okay, like history or description, how is A. Then this one I wrote process, I wrote science, SCI. Here is B. And I wrote kimchi for C. And I wrote result I just put and I put I didn't finish writing fermentation, but I know that I wanted to write result of fermentation, but I don't have time to be writing it in full. So you should know how to write in short too. This thing, because I have it down, it already gives me an idea of what each paragraph is discussing about. Now I have result of fermentation. See now, I said the nutritional value of soya beans increases through fermentation. That means this is a result of fermentation. Leave the question based on what I wrote now. This question now, nutritional value increases. That means through fermentation. It means after fermentation, the nutritional value will increase. That is a result of fermentation. That directs me to go straight. When I read this question now, I already say, okay, this will be in result. I know it's in I'll look at my this and it's in results. I will go to D and search. If it's not there, I don't think it will be in any other any other place. So if it's not there, I will pick E and move on. If later now, because if I'm practicing alone, I'm not doing this thing under with you guys, if I'm not explaining, I will just pick my D and move on because I'm certain that is there. This is it. For instance, fermentation of soya beans increases the bioactivities of proteins and create new antioxidant. That is nutritional value. They don't need to tell you that it's protein and also yes, it's correct. But let's say that I already know that this is a result of what will happen after the fermentation of soya beans. But I checked here, I didn't see anything that has to do with soya beans. Maybe they only talked about the other one that they talked about. I will not go and start looking other places. I will just immediately pick E because I know that it's not likely to be in other places. Is it going to be in description? No, this description is talking about description of fermentation itself. So I'm not going to be running up and down and start looking for what is not lost. I will pick E and move on. If after I now run all through all my questions, I will continue doing all the questions first. When I read the next one, where is it going to be? I will go there and check and confirm if it's said the same way or it's not there. Then I'll pick E or I will pick that one. If it's there, I'll pick it. And if I now after doing it, I always have time. I will go back to those ones that like the ones that are not so certain. I will try now. Okay, maybe I have extra time. I can now start okay, trying to look around. Maybe I will see something else, but I don't know where to sincerely, except if you have two options. Sometimes it can be confusing that you'll be like, okay, it might be in D and it will be in E, but go to your most convinced one that. But the thing is, make sure you are understanding what you are reading because if I do not understand this first line to know that, okay, they are going to be talking about result of fermentation, what the outcome of fermentation, outcome of fermentation, I would not know that this is where I'm going to look. So read and know for meaning. Read for meaning. If you read for meaning, read the first line. Is enough for you to know where to go to your friends because that's time management is the reason why a lot of people don't pass and not being able to read for meaning. That's the only reason why people don't pass. Anyways, let's go next. When you see a lot of, I have said this severally, it's just that this question does not have a lot of high vocabulary, this particular one. If you have been, if okay, this is the first time I'm seeing you here, so I assume this is your first time, you're welcome anyways. If you see high vocabulary words, leave that one. Don't be focused on high vocabulary word. Leave it and when you, well, maybe when you see the word, leave it and focus on the words that you know in that sentence. The words you know in that sentence will give you context to understand what they are trying to say. Because the moment you start, oh, I don't understand, what's this word? You will be disorganized first and you're already wasting time. So leave that one, read the whole sentence because most times when you see a sentence that have high vocabulary word, most times it's always like a complex sentence. It means like two sentences are always joined together. Like it's not going to be a short sentence like this one that is a short sentence now. It's going to be like a long sentence. So forget when you are reading, jump that one that the word that you don't know and continue reading the words that you know. It will provide you context to understand meaning. So let's see. Modern Korea, modern Koreans. Somebody already answered this one. I'm sure you guys have finished answering it. So we will not waste time. Modern Korean prefer traditional fermentation method over the industrial one. Somebody said D. Folami said D. Let's check paragraph C. For which question? Aminat, which question did you say we should check for paragraph C? Okay, this one, modern scientific analysis. Okay, yes. So this one, hmm? Cynthia, welcome. the biggest question. Just thank you. Only me, this big name. Anyway, welcome. Okay, I'm not. I've not gotten to paragraph. So let's see this one. Modern Korean prefer traditional fermentation method over the industrial ones. Has reviewed here that they talked about modern scientific analysis. Has reviewed that fermentation process create ideal method. I don't think it's the person that follow me said D. Which line in D made you pick? This is where they talked about modern method anyway. So let me search and see. But the next sentence, this sentence does not mean the same thing because it's saying modern scientific analysis has reviewed that traditional Korean fermentation method can create an ideal environment for production of beneficial compound. The question says prefer. They did not prefer. The key word here is prefer. Modern Koreans, okay. The modern Korean. This one is modern scientific analysis anyway. So let's see. Okay. The discovery has led to increased global interest in collaboration with research. So nothing here says about modern people preferring. The key word is that they prefer. This place is talking about history, so I'm not sure they're going to talk about. There's no point going here. I'm not going to go it. I will pick E. If I read this, I will pick E because the only place that talked about like modern activity is here. And if I check here, if I scanned, use modern and I use traditional Korean, what's it called, to scan. In each of those sentences I checked, they did not have the same thing. The discovery has led to global interest in Korean fermented food, which is not the same. So it's immediately you read this one, global interest. They do not prefer. Keyword, always read the sentence and know that this is like actually like what's that word I used to extreme word. They say they prefer. I used to tell you exclusively prefer. Make sure that they actually prefer. They didn't say so. It's E. So let's move to the next one. Kimchi bacteria's composition remain constant throughout the fermentation. This one is easy to know where you are going to go. They only talked about kimchi in C. And if you go there, if it's not there, I don't want to tell you people, ask people where, because we already know that kimchi was talked about in C. So if you go, what you are going to now do is to go and confirm because this is kimchi, you already know it's in C. But then you have to confirm that it's the same way it is said here, or it means the same thing. So let's say they said the bacterial composition must remain the same. Okay, see, sorry, I was reading in my mind. Okay, sorry, let me read it out. So I saw composition changing. So I now start the sentence from the beginning. Immediately I used composition remain constant is a keyword there. Like, so I now come here, I see composition as I read. Research has identified over 100 bacteria species involved in its fermentation process, that's kimchi, with the composition changing throughout the aging period. But this one said it remained constant. So don't say because I see kimchi's bacteria, you quickly, because you're in an exam. Can reading out loud to understand? Yes, you can be. Sometimes some people don't know how to read in their mind, but obviously you can. Like you can. Sometimes when I'm reading, yeah, you can be reading out loud small just to make sure you understand. Nobody stops you. The only thing that because some people might, when you are doing reading, maybe some people have even gotten to speak itself, so they don't care. But as long as the only thing that they stop you from is shouting, especially for those people that are speaking and shouting so much, so that they'll think that the computer will hear them better. You don't need to shout for computer to hear you better. Talk normally, they would. Everything will be, because the noise is blocked and they will still hear you. It's not I think the earphone, the headset they use is noise cancelling. So yeah, you can also, even during reading, you can be reading it out loud, aloud a little, reading it out to yourself, because you're reading it to yourself. You can be reading it out loud if it helps you to understand the meaning. If you don't understand reading in your mind, so this one is also E. It's not there. It's remaining constant. So C. Fermented food are primarily used as preservatives in Korea. Fermented food are primarily used as preservatives in Korean cuisine. Where do you people think this one? Let me ask you people now. Where do you think this question is going to be? I don't want to be moving up and down scanning. You should know. when you see fermented food are primarily used, primarily, keyword primary. Thank you. The person, Lara, you're welcome. Primarily is the keyword. Someone had answered. Joy, is it this question you're answering C? Joyous Savo, is it this question you're answering C? I want to be sure. Crems is saying B. Crems 24. What made you people, the people that said B and the people that said A and the person that said C, please tell me why you said C before I go to I tell you put the right answer. Please tell me why you said C. Tell me why you said A, because it's like people are not tell me, because keyword, you always understand your keyword. The what's it called? Fermented food. Anyways, fermented food, which is the fermentation that we're talking about, are primarily used as preservatives in Korea. Fermented food. And you said C. Remember that this paragraph is fermented foods. This one is basically kimchi. This paragraph is basically talking about the processes of kimchi. Kimchi is just a food, not foods. So that one eliminated, because here he's talking about kimchi, the process of kimchi, even if it's fermentation. So I don't agree with you. Thank you. A, origin. Exactly. Origin, description, like foundation, they're primarily used. When if you read this question, it should give you. Kolami, why did you say B? And Creams, you said B too. I want to be knowing why people are choosing the responses they are choosing. Why did you say B? The people that chose B. Kolami, tell me why you chose B. Because B, remember that I said, no, I don't need to scroll up for you to know. Now we are not certain that the answer is B, but I want to know, do you know the right paragraph? Promise. I want to know, do you know the right paragraph where you are going to go and look for your answer, because you don't have time to be moving up and down. You don't even need to be moving up and go up first. Tell me to go up to know where. I want to be sure. So we'll now go and confirm if it is there. And remember, the paragraph 1 talked about description, history, like how it came about, history of fermentation, like I'm coming. Hold on. Then the paragraph B, for people that shows B, I don't know why you shows B. He said process. B was talking about process of fermentation. Then C is talking about kimchi, and D is talking about outcome or result. Your exam is on Friday. Don't worry, you have this. Please let me like my life. Joke is here. She's always the one reminding me. Oh yeah, please help me like it so that TikTok will not send us away. They said at least people like my life very well yesterday. So they said I did well in my life yesterday. Before I used to forget to tell you to like it. Anyways, so I've scrolled up for promise. So if it's in an exam now, the way you're telling me scroll up, you see, is that scroll up immediately when you see question, you're already jumping to go and start scrolling up and down. That is the problem, because you're not certain where you're going to go and look. When you read this, are primarily used. This thing is talking about fermentation, like the food from fermentation are primarily used, like description, like the history of. So origin, don't worry, everything is already sorted. You will pass and come and give us good news. Thank you, Joke. So for me, I will go straight to A, because it said primarily used, like it's like the foundation, the history, the description. So I will go straight to A and go and look for preservative. Oh, yes, I even see it here, and I think we actually when we read it. So cuisine has been practiced for thousands of years as a method of food preservation and enhancement. That's when they were describing what fermentation is. Reading each paragraph and writing she sentence to mark it does help my first exam. I did. Are you reading each paragraph or the first sentence of each paragraph? And the thing is, when you read it, do you because some people now will read this, like I said, you don't understand the meaning. Like me now, when I wrote something down, I didn't write anything. Most of the things I wrote, the only one I wrote something I read out here is kimchi, because I know this process is talking about. But the other ones, I formed what I wrote, because you need to, before you say, oh, what you're going to write down is what did you understand? What did you like? What is the like? You must have a thorough understanding of this sentence. So this thing, the fermentation, we only do weekend 1 p.m. Mountain Daytime. If it's Nigerian, I think 8 p.m. Nigerian time. Weekend, Saturdays and Sunday. But next weekend, I'm not available. I told them I'll be announcing this since last week until next upper week. But I think I know there is a public holiday sometime, but I forgot which is that day. So if I confirm the public holiday, maybe I'll just post it on my page and say we can meet on that public holiday. But I'm not coming last weekend. So, anyways, so you understand the meaning of what it like here now. I read it. I did not say fermentation. I did not write fermentation. Some people will read this thing now and write fermentation. But me, what I understand here is that they were talking about description. They're describing and history. Like I told you, I didn't write that history, but I wrote HI because I didn't have time to continue writing history in the beginning. So I wrote description and history. Anything that has to ask me like how this fermentation came about, I know that I'm going to look for it in paragraph A. This one now, if you read this one now, nothing. He said the science behind Korean fermentation relies heavily on the role of lactic bacteria, which naturally occur in vegetable and multiply in the absence. So now I feel like this place is talking about process based on this thing. So what you're going to write down, it's not necessarily what you read, what is on this thing. It has to do with what is the meaning. And that is where, like, if you ask to paraphrase this thing in another word, in one word, what do you think they are talking about here? It doesn't have to be what is here. So writing that, you can write this thing now. If you write science here, of course there's also scientific something here. So in the exam now, if you see something that has to, like, let's say the question has something to do with science, you will be running up and down. Either you go to B, you go to D, you will just be running up and down. You are just disorganized. But if you understand what it means, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to write exactly what is seen on that first line. The time is too small. That's time management. Anyways, let's continue. Fermentation. Fermented food are primarily used as preservatives in. I just wish I had more time. I would have been coming online every day, but before I even finish my work weekdays, Nigerian people are deep asleep. So, and I'll still have to work at night. So ferment. So this one, I agree with A. I go with A. The absence of oxygen is crucial for growth. The absence of oxygen is crucial for bacterial growth in fermentation. Now, if without looking at the paragraph at all, that I want people to be critical thinking is what you need. Without looking at it, what do you think? Where do you think this question is going to be? Is likely to be exactly B. Priska, thank you. Because if you read this thing, it's more talking about it talks more about like process, because the absence of that is crucial. Like that means what is involved in the growth or in the fermentation process, like the process it has to go through. So now what I would just do, because I have an idea that is going to be in B, I go straight and then I start looking for it. I already see bacteria. So let's see. The absence of bacteria, okay. What did he say again? It's crucial for bacterial growth. Absence. Remember, keyword is absence, and the absence of oxygen is crucial. Sorry, okay, let's see. In the absence of oxygen, see it here. Oxygen is the keyword. You see how I almost took the wrong word as my keyword, but I have to. But I know that it's the absence of that thing. But I thought it's bacteria that is written here, so I have to confirm again. If I had used bacteria now, I would have gone and start looking at the keyword. But immediately I see it, I want to confirm that the bacteria that I get, because I want to read it. I wanted to confirm absence of oxygen, but immediately I read it before. I don't know what I was thinking. I took bacteria. I thought this word was bacteria, but then if you use the wrong keyword to search, you will miss it. So oxygen. Immediately I saw oxygen here. I know that it's not here. It has to be here. So exactly, keyword is crucial. So I go there. We already agreed that it's in B. So crucial keyword multiplies in the exactly which automatically occur and multiply in the absence of oxygen. So I agree. It's crucial for bacterial growth. That multiply growth, that is acid bacteria, the role of acid bacteria, which they're talking about this bacteria, which naturally occur in vegetable and multiply in the absence. So growth. So we confirm it's there. That is the only way you can stay through. I just hope the test will give us paragraph that is not much. Even if it's not much, like still, if it's much, don't try to read everything. In the moment you try to read everything, you're not managing your time well. Read the first line. understand it. Understanding is key. Understanding and keyword is key in this part. Then Korean fermentation technique has attracted worldwide attention. I think this one we know we read it when one question when I said increase attention, increase in this thing, increase interest. So you guys should tell me this one without looking. Has attracted worldwide attention. Anyways, that when we read it then, but then if I look at this thing, the technique, the attracted, because if whatever what will attract you to something is the outcome that comes with it, right? And I go to where I have outcome, and here they said global interest, exactly. Fermented, there is discovery has led to increased global interest in fermented food, with research continuing to uncover health benefit. Okay, so this one I confirm it. Exactly, the result exactly is result that will attract you. Thank you, result. When you see what will attract worldwide attention is obviously the result. So I know where I'm going to go is where I have result, outcome, and all. So it directs you. You don't see me starting from the beginning and start looking and start looking and start looking, and then I start panicking. I'm not seeing it. You have gone to paragraph, and immediately you start paragraph one, you search through. And imagine your answer. If you have to start from the beginning every time, imagine you search paragraph one and it's longer in the exam. Search B. The moment you have started one and B, you have not even gotten to C. You will start panicking that you have not seen your answer. You will start panicking that you have not seen your answer. So know where to go so that you don't, it helps you to avoid panic, because if I have to start from here and I'm searching, I've not seen anything that has to do with it. I reach C, I've not still seen it. You see that it will bring kind of panic. You're now trying to you won't even calm down. So salt resistant bacteria are present in the early fermentation of kimchi. This one, even like he mentions it, we already know where to go. So the only thing is to confirm if it's there or not. Salt resistant bacteria. So the key word is salt resistant. We already know where kimchi is. I've not asked you the paragraph. So we'll go to paragraph where they talked about kimchi, which is C, and we'll go and check the salt resistant bacteria are present in the early. See again, another keyword is early fermentation of kimchi. The initial, okay, are dominated by bacteria that can tolerate high salt concentration. So you see, initial, I told you what are the keywords. Early is a keyword there because this thing is extreme. Early, let's just say they did not say, they just say is this one maybe late stage, but this one is talking about early or just in the stages. You see, keyword, this one describe exactly which part of fermentation. So I say, okay, early is a keyword, salt resistant is a keyword. You see, I know the right keyword to use. I know where I'm going to go. I go there. I see initial. Initial means early, and that's why what made me read there. And then high can tolerate high salt concentration. The salt resistant bacteria. Please let me like my life. Thank you. Thank you. I want to pick E. So the answer is C. So I do agree. So you guys, let's submit. C, 6. Let me see. Why do you fail? Why paragraph mention why the paragraph preservation for one purpose? It does not state that it's primarily used. Okay. You see, keyword primarily. Okay. A method of food preservation. I'm going to go back to that question and we are going to read it because, like I said, when you practice, always if you have not learned anything from my section all the time that all this class we used to do, is that whenever I feel something, I must go and find out why. I'll go back to that question and I see it. Because the reason why, if you don't see why you fail and learn from it, you will still repeat that mistake again. Let's say I just finished, I say, oh, okay, I got 9/10. Abi, 8/9. This is a good practice anyway. If you have missed one, it's fine. Because at the end of the day, if you have 34 out of 38, Somshi, thank you. Thank you so much. So if you see 8 out of 9, you say, okay, I did well. You're not trying to, because you missed only one. No, that one can be critical. It can be a lesson you will learn that will in exam, you say, oh, I did this particular mistake in my exam, let me not do it again in my practice. And also during your practice, we even help you like, okay, you will not repeat such thing again. So try and always, it's not like if you don't know the reason why you failed this, even if it's just one you missed, it's bad. It's bad that you don't know the reason. So it's just like you are going to be repeating mistakes. You are doing a cycle of repeating your mistakes. So now, like I said, if you miss one, it's fine. The only where there is problem is when you finish practice, you are missing like three. There's problem, because if you miss three in each one, 3 times 4 is 12. 12 minus 38, you're already below. So anything below 30 is a bad performance. And like I told somebody last week, if you're practicing and all your parts, you are still below 30, you are still getting below 30 for all the parts, don't go and write the exam. You are not ready. Please reschedule. So, but if you have 34 out of 38, it's still like band 10. So let's go. Let's go back. I want to see that why we fail. I forget the exact question, but we'll see. Primarily, we'll go and check. I think it's 80 something or 70 something. The science bit, no, science bit out of no. Okay, this is the one. Why did they not circle it that we have done it? Okay. Yes, let's see. Number 6, they say we fermented foods are primarily used. Primarily, okay. Keyword is primary. You see where I tell you extreme word are used for as preservative in Korea. So fermentation in cornerstone has been practiced for thousands of years as a method. Okay, it's not primarily. It's used as a method, but not the primary. Okay, that's we. You see, I always tell you people key extreme keyword, but I didn't even see primary, and I was shouting this primarily anyways. I don't know it as a key as an extreme word. So you see now, add it to the kind of extreme word that every day we have extreme word. We have 2 today. The other extreme word is, I think we had one extreme word here that we did today. So exclusively only, when you see that one, make sure that it will tell you that it's only that thing that is used for that particular thing. We had 2 today. It's a technique that I want to. So today, add primarily to your key to your extreme words that they can use to trap you. This is a trap now. Yes, it is used as preservation, but is as a method, is not primarily. So this is an extreme word. Exclusively. What is the other one? Just or I want to find this other skill, the other extreme word that we did today. Prefer. Yes, they may like it, but if somebody say prefer, that means it's they place it above the other one. So prefer is also like an extreme word. Are they, so you must make sure that in your paragraph that it is preferred. If it's not preferred, they say okay, they like it, but and they say they did not prefer, they can like something, but they did not prefer it over something. So it's also like an extreme word. So pay attention to your extreme word. So that's the lesson. That's me now adding this to my extreme word. I didn't even see it as an extreme word, but I was actually focused on that word, but I didn't see it as a so I read the explanation they gave at their correction, and I went to read that sentence again, and I learned, okay, yeah, they just said here it's as a method, but not primarily. They did not see it as the primary means of food preservation. So let's do the last one, part 4. Guys, I'm testing. Did I bring water? Sorry, I will always not bring my water close. Lecturing is not easy. All the talk I used to talk weekend, I don't used to talk from Monday to Friday. I don't used to talk this amount of talk. So let's go. Okay, we have. Anybody see anyone that they want us to do? I don't want to be the only one always choosing question. Or you have anyone that you saw that you feel like, okay, it's giving me problem. Let's do it together. Okay, this one feels like it's going to be interesting. And the reason why I like it is that most of every food in Canada is labeled with nutritional. You cannot sell anything and not label or the nutritional listing content. So yeah, so let's do it. I just like to do relatable things. I don't. So before we start this one, remember that as we are reading this first line, So let me say it before we start reading. As we are reading this first line, be putting it in mind that you are going to be identifying who is in. So immediately we finish, I'm going to ask you who is in support, who is against the main topic, who is in support of the main topic, who is against, who shares a balanced approach, because that's one thing that will also help you to like pick your answers before you even go and confirm. When municipal legislator Diana Hartwell proposed a mandatory nutritional labeling for all restaurant menu items in the Greater Cotonou area last spring, industrial stakeholders immediately found themselves embroiled in the heated debates. Okay, that's this place tells us what the thing is about. Hartwell, whose initiative would compel restaurants with more than 5 locations to display calorie count, sodium levels, and allergen warning alongside each dish, contends that transparency in food industry constitutes a fundamental human right. Registered dietitian Marcus Okunko largely endorses the proposal, noting that hidden calories fare frequently de- in restaurant fare frequently derail otherwise a disciplined dietary regimen. Nevertheless, restaurateur Celeste Beaumont, who operates 3 family-owned bistros in Montreal, expresses considerable trepidation regarding, I don't know this word for the person. This is the person now that asked if that asked what that said if I see any word I'm supposed to be running because of two, but there's no point running after time when you guys don't understand. You see, now I don't know this word, but I will not dwell on it. I will read it and move on. I don't know what trepidation means. Somebody may know it here and tell us, but I don't know. If I'm in an exam, I'm not going to be wasting my time thinking about, oh, what is trepidation? Who cares? Not who cares, yes, but I will continue reading and understand what they are saying based on the other context that I understand. So let me start it again. Nevertheless, restaurateur Celeste, I don't want to read the other Celeste, who operate 3 family-owned bistro in Montreal, expresses considerable trepidation regarding implementation cost and potential erosion of culinary artistry. Okay, public health researcher Dr. Ananya acknowledges the validation of both positions but cautions against oversimplification. That is all. So now, who do you think is in support? Who do you think is against? Who do you think is, at least when I finish this thing, we still have like I think 11 minutes anyways. But now I want to ask you people. I don't want to be running after time, but I want to make sure people are understanding. From this reading now, who do you think is in support, against, balance? Can you give me your comments? List them. This person is against, this person is balanced, this person, just by their first name. Don't write. If you say mosquito. We have plenty mosquito in this Edmonton now. I don't even know how he came inside my room. Sorry that I'm killing mosquito of my life. Please let me like my life. Thank you. Thank you, Aminat. I'm not murdering your name today. So who is in support? Who is against? People are wasting time now. Paragraph B is in support. Okay. Who is the person mentioned in B? Here we are not talking about paragraph. Please identify them by their names, please. But use only one name. Diana is like more like a proposal. There's another person that is also supporting, endorsing, that supporting. He's more like the person that is engineering the proposal. Yes, he's in support. Of course, he's engineering it. He's the one that is championing it. But there is another person that is in support. Okonko is in support. Yes, thank you, TikTok people, YouTube people. Diana is in support. He's the one championing it. So, but Okonko is in support. Then, so who is? Yes, exactly. Marcus. Who is Marcus? Okay, Marcus is Okonkwo. Yes, thank you. Yes. Celestia oppose. Exactly. Exactly. And then the last person is a balanced approach. Now that we know this, we'll now go. Because why I didn't tell you to start using paragraphs to identify who. You have to know their name because this one asks you question based on the people's name. So that's why I wanted you to list them out by the name. So let's go. The article chiefly addresses the ongoing controversy surrounding compulsory nutritional disclosure in restaurants, comparative effectiveness of various public health intervention in Canada, tensions between culinary innovation and regulatory compliance standard. Sorry, I know my image is blocking you people on YouTube, but I don't know how else to move it. It's not going up. Evolution of consumer consumers' attitude towards transparency in food service. So even though my this thing is blocking it, the answer does not lie in that one now. So let's go. 1 minute, 1 minute. You only have 1 minute. So yeah, 1 minute. Folami, what's your answer? Abinat, Lara, what's your answer? Lara, welcome. Okay, yeah, I've told you welcome before. I don't know what I'm saying. Welcome again. Okay. Yes, thank you, Lara. Uh-huh. Bisola, oh, you're welcome. I think this is the first time I'm observing you. I don't know if you have been here since, but this is the first time I've seen. So, okay, thank you for that. Thank you. You guys got this. It's no long debate. According to Marcus Okonkwo, nutritional labeling will particularly benefit patrons who unknowingly exceed their intended caloric intake, individuals requiring, why is it not going up? Sorry. Mhm. Individual requiring careful management of their dietary consumption, restaurants seeking to attract increasingly health conscious clientele, dietitian who establish credibility with skeptical clients. So let me just, okay, it's already in Okonkwo. So Okonkwo, labeling food will particularly benefit who. So you go to Okonkwo, oh yeah, take your food, take your keyword, label will particularly benefit. Okay, thank you. You guys are already. Hey, my people, you guys are doing well and you're getting it. You see, Celeste Beaumont expresses concern that the proposed legislation would dash compromise the sensory experience fine fine dining patrona compromise the sensory experience that fine dining patrons anticipate, impose unsustainable demands on smaller independent operators, create unfair competitive advantage for large chain restaurants, undermine consumers' trust in the accuracy of the nutritional claim. So let me just keep this here. Let me see if I can move this away. The options. I don't know, it's still blocking it. Still blocking it. I know it's blocking you people, but I don't know how else. Do you want me to remove the option totally? Okay, three is B. Okay, someone already answered three is B. TikTok, what did you people choose? Let me remove it so that you can. Sorry, I'm trying to remove it so you can read, and then I'll open the option again. So let me open the option again. So somebody said, who said C? Create unfair competition over large chain. Creams, why did you say C? And Aminat, why did you say A? Compromise the sensory experience that fine dining patrons anticipate. Okay, let's see the options. Okay, you have seen the options. Sammy, what did you pick? Annie, if you I know you're just joining us, but what did you pick? Was reading the last sentence. I bet. Don't forget to send the project brief so I will start working. Okay. I think I'll go with the people that said A. Because yes, although this was mentioned, but like, see, she further suggests that I mean, this is where you are reading. I think she further suggests that diners frequenting fine dining venues are predominantly seeking experiential pleasure rather than clinical assessment. Yes, it was mentioned, but that is not the reason. The concern, the major concern she has. Her major concern is here. She said, Bimot observed that subjecting every recipe iteration to laboratory analysis would prove prohibitively expensive for independent establishments and ultimately stifle innovation. So I will go with this. This is where the concern is. She was now buttressing the point by saying, by the way, it's just like saying, by the way, people that frequent fine dining, for they only go there for the what's it called? For pleasure purpose. If you are going to fine dining, of course, just to show off for people on social media, just to see, just for the fun of it, rather than to start the clinical analysis of their meal. Nobody goes there to start doing the clinical analysis. That's what this place is saying, but that's not the major concern. Her concern is this. She further suggests it's just like buttressing. By the way, like, okay, these people. So Dr. Krishnamurti Krishnamurti's position implies that, let's read, mandatory labeling has, sorry, I want to move the option up. Mandatory labeling has consistently proven ineffective across all jurisdictions. The proposal overlook a more fundamental deficit in nutritional education. Restaurateurs' objections are more substantiated than proponents proponents acknowledge. Behavioral modification requires comprehensive governmental intervention. So let's say, okay, Krishnamurti is already there, so you guys should pick your answer. Krishnamurti. Okay. Samke, he said D. Is it for this question? You people are not with us again. I'm busy my network that is slow in seeing you guys' response. Salami said A. Somi said D. Who said A again? You two people, all of you, you're saying A. Yeah. Me, I will say B. Oh. I'm not waiting for other people. Yeah, because 1 minute has passed if it's exam. I will say B. Let's read it. He said proposition implies, that's imply. Why did you people say mandatory? Okay, let's first analyze the people that said A. A said mandatory labeling has consistently proven, consistently. The key word here is consistently. Extreme is very extreme. Like it's content has consistently proven ineffective. Is another consistently and ineffective across all jurisdictions. So let's go to where we have that. They said it here. Maintain that jurisdiction that has implemented similar mandates have witnessed only marginal reduction in, they didn't say that they have that is ineffective. But it's not consistently ineffective, like consistently ineffective. Then they witnessed reduction in average, but no, they only witnessed marginal reduction, like not much, but they did experience a reduction. So you cannot say that is A, this one is eliminated. What is the other option other people picked? Who said D? Behavioral, I think it's because it's there too. Sometimes when you see a word, don't be so sure, too quick to go and pick it, like this one now, because it talked about jurisdiction. Don't be too quick to say, okay, because I see behavioral modification requires comprehensive governmental intervention. Keyword here now is governmental intervention. It doesn't say that here. Okay, let's see. Yes, where did I see it? I saw it before, like behavioral modification here. So let's see. Labeling food alone does not precipitate. Precipitate means bring about. Precipitate behavioral modification. So labeling food alone do not bring about behavioral modification. Clinchment maintains. So there's nothing that has to do with where is it that requires governmental intervention. So this answer is not here. Then this one are more substantiated over. No, there's no place she said that the people that are against the objection are better than the proposal agree. So this one, if you use the elimination, you would use this elimination. But let me tell you why this is the right answer. The proposal overlooks more fundamental deficit in nutritional education. Read here. She said, perhaps the more pertinent question, the more important question, pertinent is important, is whether we are addressing the symptom rather than the underlying malaise of nutritional illiteracy. Even if you don't know this malaise or what, I don't know the right pronunciation, I don't know the meaning, but I already understand what it means by the context. Underlying lack of, this is going to be lack of nutritional, or not lack, because this is illiteracy already. The underlying nutritional illiteracy, just even remove this. This is not going to be lack, but nutritional illiteracy, because if it is lack, that means it's lacking. But underlying nutritional illiteracy, that rather than, so like I said, eliminate the words you don't know and read the other ones. So let's read it again. Perhaps the more, even if you don't know this thing, pertinent, leave it alone. The more question, that is the question. Okay, let's now, perhaps the question is, you see how I jumped this? I'm doing this for, I don't know if she's still online. The person that asked the high vocabulary word question, that what should we do? Perhaps perhaps the question is whether we are addressing the symptoms. You see how you understand it now when you are ignoring this? We are addressing the symptoms rather than the underlying nutritional illiteracy. You see how I jumped all the ones that seem like high vocabulary word, and it still made sense. You still understand the context. Like, are we addressing the symptom that is the result, instead of the symptom that we can see on the surface, instead of addressing what is underneath it, which is lack of education. Illiteracy is lack of education. Deficit means lack of education. So this is it. The proposal overlooks a more fundamental deficit in nutritional education. So this is the answer. I mean, that's good. You're just saying good morning now. I mean, The article suggests the. I mean, did he write something in Yoruba that they okay, God that beg, that's what you wrote. I think this thing interpreted it to good morning. The article suggests that current restaurant practices regarding nutritional disclosure dash. This is the overall. The article. Then they say the article considerable short of what patrons indicate they desire adequately satisfy existing regulatory requirements. As I'm reading the option, be eliminating what you feel like will not be the answer. Very primary across, very primarily according to the size of establishment. Focus predominantly on allergen, allergen disclosure rather than calories deficit. So let's go up and see. 5. Okay, somebody have answered. You said 5B. Adekunle Bisola. Let's read the again. Okay. I don't know if my people on TikTok have answered. I've not. Folami, is it this question you answered, or I'm the one that did not look on time? Let's see. 5 is D. Okay, thank you. Focus predominantly on allergen disclosure. Anybody that is, you'll be telling me the line that made you. The people that choose the answer be telling me the line. You can say the paragraph line what, which line made you pick your answers, because I just see people picking different things. Somebody said 5B, another person 5A, Polami said D. And you're not welcome. You're just joining when class is about to end. So you two people, Bisola, tell me why the line that made you say 5B, 5 is B. Lara, tell me the line that made you say 5 is A. I think I agree with one person. Okay, you have been on YouTube. Okay. Okay, thank goodness. I thought you were just joining. Okay, you people are wasting much time. Let me just tell the answer. So the article suggests that current practices regarding nutritional disclosure. See, let's read. A recent survey conducted by the Canadian Restaurant Association revealed that 67% of diners express a desire to access comprehensive nutritional data prior ordering. Yet, only 23% of establishments currently provide such information in any discernible form. This disparity, this one is not easy. This one is enough uh, for you to answer the question. So let's go again. They said suggest that fall considerable short of what patron. I think I agree with the person that said A. For the other people that said this other one, let's see. Let's read the option. Adequately satisfying. It is not satisfying because these people express desire to have more. And this disparity. If you read it, they say, is this disparity that crosses this debate? If it was satisfying, they would not be arguing over it. So this one is out of the question. Very primarily, according to the side of establishment, it didn't say that. Um, focus primarily on allergen disclosure. Somebody said D. Folami, which line did you see D that made you to go to D? If you want to, okay, let's go here. Let's see. Let me see. I think it's here that made you. Restaurant with more than 5 display. Okay, with more than 5 locations to the okay. Whose initiative will compare restaurant with more than 5 locations to display calorie count, certain level, and energy were alongside each dish contends that the transparency in food delivery constitutes a fundamental human right. I think this is why you are thinking about allergen, but that's not the same meaning with what they said. It, that's not the same meaning. Okay, this one very primarily according to because again the Ina said whose initiative, because she's the one making this initiative, that he said the initiative would compel restaurant. This is when the initiative is put in place. It will compel restaurants with more than 5 locations to display calorie count, sodium level, and allergen warnings alongside each dish. That's if they implement it. But the question said the key word here is the current restaurant practice. What is in place already? What is in place is found here, that the current one, the existing one. So I agree with the person that said A. Then this one, focus predominantly, I already said it's not this one. Very the current one. Yes, you can say it varies based on establishment, but that is after this thing is put in place. Whose initiative? Because this person, Diana Hartwell, is the one making the proposals. They said Hartwell, whose initiative would compel restaurants with more than 5 locations. So yes, it will depend on the size of the establishment. However, this is after this new innovation is put in place, then it will now start happening. But they're asking you based on the current practice. The current practice is that they fall short of the what the patrons desire. The patron is asking for the but only they fall short. The current one is that they fall short. So let's move on. So read for meaning. Okay, you guys. Lara, yes, I think it's only Lara that got the answer correctly. The article presents a nuanced examination of a contentious and multifaceted issue restaurant facing the restaurant industry today. A relatively straightforward, primarily economic, increasingly irrelevant. Which one did you people take? Which option? Is it straightforward issue? Is it contentious and multifaceted? Or is it primarily? Thank you, Somki, for your response. I say Somki, Somi. Somki. I combined the first and the last name. Okay, Rola, yes. Okay, Aniola, yes. I think I agree with you people. You two people, you are yet to give me response. Am I the one that is not seeing you people's response? You're yet to give me your response, but I agree with TikTok, with TikTokers. Yes, thank you, Lara. Today, it's okay, an industry today. I appreciate how Diana Hartwell framed nutritional transparency as a matter of dash, though I question whether her approach is realistic for all establishments as a matter of consumer rights, business regulation, dietary restriction, governmental overreach. Oh yeah, B, you have 5 seconds. One, two, to type. This one is straightforward. That's why I'm giving you 5 seconds. 3, 4, 5. I've not seen anybody answer. Is it to type A or type B or type C that is hard for you guys? Sorry. The way I'm killing mosquito, this is my life problem day. I think where did all this mosquito come from? I didn't even open my window. Okay. I think I agree with people that said, hey, mosquito in Canada, I've not seen any here. In this head meeting, mosquito want to kill us. You can even go online. You see people talking about it on TikTok. It's so much when you go outside there. Because it's been raining a lot this summer. So many places are waterlogged. I didn't see, this is the first time. This summer is the first time I'm seeing mosquito actually, but it's actually a lot. If you go outside like this, they will just be flying everywhere. But when you kill them, there's no blood like the ones in Nigeria. I don't know if you're in Nigeria, but there is mosquito. They said this carries what's this thing that it carry? It doesn't carry malaria like Nigerian one, but there's something else it carries. S- um, Let me go to the next question. Okay. Celeste Beaumont raises a valid point about the practical challenges facing large chain restaurants with large chain restaurant with standardized menu, independent restaurant with evolving offering, um, establishment that prioritizes customers' convenience, health focused dining venues seeking certifications. About practical challenge. So let's go to BMAT. Maybe it will help you people to pick our answer. What do you people choose in this one? I forgot to ask you people, and you people too forget. I'm waiting for your response. So, uh-uh. Is this how we are going to be wasting time in the exam? This one is easy. So if in exam, I'm expecting that when I read the response, because if you're in exam, once you read, you pick your answer, you move on. When we finish, if we had more time, we won't go up and start reviewing. But you people take time, princess and princess. In the exam, there is no time to take. Once I finish reading, give me your response. Because once you finish reading in exam, you can take 5 to 10 seconds. After that, you should give me your response. Thank you, Somi, for liking the live. Maybe like it too. Thank you, Joy, for your response. The option, oh, the option is covering the question. Okay, let me move up and see. Oh, I don't know. Oh, sorry, I was clicking on another screen. I'm just, I was clicking on YouTube. Okay. Selens Beamer raises a valid point about the practical challenge facing is it the large chain restaurant with standardized menu, independent restaurant with evolving offering, establishment that prioritizes customer convenience, health focused dining venues? Three B. Okay, somebody said B. Crimes. Okay. Okay, somebody said B. Yes, I agree with people that said B. Joy, I don't know why you said C. Can you show me which line made you say C? That prioritizes consumers' convenience. Is it this place seeking experimental pressure, or what else made you pick that B? If you can let me know, I would be grateful. Dr. Krishnamurti observation that labeling initiative may underperform, revolutionize, proliferate, intensify in actually challenging eating habits. I don't know. Yeah, that's like the behavior. The living initiative may underperform, revolutionize. You people, which one did you pick? Four. Which one did you pick? Let's go there. Which one did you pick? Am I still covering your question? Do you want me to move it up? Let me see if the option can go up. But observation that labeling initiative may underperform in actually challenging eating habits, revolutionize in actually changing. Okay, in actually changing eating habits, proliferate. I don't know what proliferate means. I used to come across that word, but it has never really stuck on my head what proliferate means. Let me see. It means grow. I'm telling you, but multiply very quickly in number. Wow. What did you people pick? Somebody said B. Revolutionize. Okay. Me. Oh, I'm not seeing. Sorry, I wasn't checking TikTok. I forgot you people. I removed to change. Oh, why is it not open? Okay. Somi, you said A. Underperform. I don't think it's underperform. I think I will go more with revolutionize. Revolutionize means like change. B- May, and the reason why I would use it is because of this may. Somebody, and I'm just going to use elimination to answer this question. It wouldn't say underperform. See here when they said validity. Okay, acknowledges the validity of both position, but cautions against over simplification. Labeling alone does not precipitate behavioral modification, like bring about, may not, does not bring about behavioral, but it does may. Me, I just feel like alone. They said alone, but the labeling would, but only it will not. So, like labeling initiative may revolutionize in actually changing eating habits. If I say underperform doesn't, may underperform. The only place where she said we underperform was mentioned is where she was saying that jurisdiction that have implemented it have only witnessed marginal reduction in. Okay, yeah, but I think revolutionary, this is just talking about like change. It's not like marginal reduction in average caloric consumption. So on that may actually this question, but I will choose B. Because if you say underperform, are you saying that if they choose like labeling initiative, because if you're reading, you also read, they said what would best fit you. Remember that we are choosing the one that would best option to fill in. So if you read it, that option, that labeling initiative may underperform, are you saying that okay, if they start labeling, it will underperform in actually changing the that means it will not work. If you choose underperform, means it will not work, may underperform in actually changing eating habits. Or but it may change it. It may change, may revolutionize. I feel like this is the best one. Revolutionize. If you ask me, is even this precipitates, like does not, okay, does not is even precipitate, not is even there, does not alone does not. So yes, you're right. Explanation best B kind of best fit, but I don't feel like A is fitting here. Other options might even be better. I don't want to choose intensify because she's just saying that it alone does not. So labeling initiative. So I just feel like B is more fitting. Anyways, let's move on because our time is up. It seems okay. Perhaps we need a more holistic approach that combines accessible information with genuine literacy, with genuine nutritional education. It seems clear that why well intentioned Such mandate cannot dash without addressing the broader context of how Canadians understand food health. I don't think I read that text to make sense. It seems clear that while well intentioned, such mandate cannot dash without addressing the broader context of how Canadians understand food and health. Sandra Chen. Okay. Cannot achieve meaningful results on their own. Satisfy restaurant industry objection entirely, replace comprehensive nutrition education programs, overcome the entrenched political oppositions effectively. What do you guys pick for this one? This is the last question. Let's do and go home. At least we made it in time. 3:05 today. Because I started late, so 3:05. 5 is B. No. Somebody said B. I don't agree, Lara. I think read it again. They said it seems clear that why well intentioned, like okay, the proposer has good intention. However, such mandate is it clear? Such mandate cannot satisfy industry objection entirely. No, cannot achieve meaningful results on their own without addressing the broader context of how Canadians understand food and health. I think A is more suited. Yes, EBAB's collection. You're just coming. Are you just coming or you have been on the background? This is the only question I have reservation on, but the rest, I think we are good. Yes, Eniela, that's correct. So let's submit and call it a day. You see, I said that's the only question I have reservation on. Let me see if it's another form. I'm going to. And you guys are correct. This is leveling does not alone. Only marginal reduction. You guys are actually correct. Thank you. It's good that you laugh. It's good that you laugh. Like that means my extension is wrong. Let me even see. Like I had issues making if you see that I had to read that place over and over again. Like I said, I still have like I had issue like understanding that part. Organization, okay, thank God that they wrote the question here. This organization that labeling food may underperform in actually okay. Only marginal reduction. Okay. But I still don't understand. 5 is C. So I give it to you people. Oh, today I'm just feeling 111. Okay. So if this was an exam, I would have 35 over 38, which is not bad. I think it's 11 in reading. So you guys, so at least in practice, you understand the concept, how to pick your responses. Is this filling the gap and grammar sometimes we need to anyways they're good practice, so we'll do another practice next. Okay, I said I'm not coming next Saturday. I don't know when is sorry, let me see if we have public. Someone was telling me, but my work people have not started saying anything about public holiday next. Let me check next public holiday in Canada. If it's this week then I will come because I'm not coming on Saturday. Next public holiday. Okay. Public holiday in Alberta for July 2026. Let me see. I'm not sure. Sorry, you guys. I wanted to see if okay. There's no that person doesn't know. It's August 3. That's next weekend, but I will not be around anyway. Okay, okay. That's Labor Day, August 3 on Monday. Okay, I will not be around on Saturday and Sunday, so I will be here on Monday. Would you guys join me on Monday evening? Or if it's what time do you guys want on August 3rd? If you want me to come, or if let's see. Do you guys want us to come July 3rd? If you say you're interested in coming up, I said August 3rd, I will come. But if I don't get enough interest, then we'll meet the following, not this weekend, next weekend. So I will not be around for Saturdays and Sunday. Well, I can come online on August 3rd. Okay, Monday. Okay. So I'll see you guys. Is it 8 p.m. Nigerian time will still work for you? Like the same time on Monday for the public holiday. So I'll be here. Okay. All right. So let's call it a day then, since we have agreed. So when you are practicing, try to implement some of the things we have learned. Thank you, YouTube people. We have, please, if we end, please always help me to, before you leave YouTube, let me beg you, go and help me to like all the life we have done before. Please help me to, if you have, okay, for people commenting, they would have subscribed. You're welcome. Please help me to like my videos. Thank you. Just like it. I really appreciate it. Because all these ones, it doesn't count after the thing ends. So thank you. See you guys next month. Or not